All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us here today. You'll have to excuse me because I can't talk very well with this thing on. But I'm Joel Smith. I'm the Director of Athletics here at Chadron State College, and I want to welcome you to this wonderful day. I thought back about it a little bit, and it's kind of we've been under construction for some time now because we built several different things here, and this is sort of topping off all of that, and it's been really exciting. It's exciting. Someone mentioned to me today that you can go up there by those benches up there on the hill now and look off of this, and it looks like this all new complex, which it is. And it's exciting for us and exciting for our student athletes. We've also found that this track has been exciting for the community. We didn't officially get the track until yesterday, but we've had to kick people off of it for about 2.5 weeks because they're all up here using it. So, that was why we built it. We wanted to be a fixture in the community as well for as our campus community and our athletes. So, it's an exciting day. We've got some. Let me go over a little bit of what we're going to do today. Today we're going to have a few presentations. I'm sure there'll be some thank yous and all of that stuff. There will also be, at the end of our presentation, our head coach, Riley Northrup, will speak a little bit, and then he will set up the relay that will break the ribbon for us. So this is a little untraditional. We've got 2 relay races going on. The first one is between each one of the speakers. They're going to pass it along to everybody else, so that you don't have to hear me all the time, but I will be up here, so you probably will hear me all the time. Then when we get the relays down, some of the donors will come down who helped us with the track. They will pass their batons, which we have for them over here at the table, to the next, to the track team, and then we will do a relay. And when they come around here, then they'll break the ribbon, and that's how we'll cut the ribbon for today. So it should be kind of fun. So I don't want to keep you out in the wind too long. Let me first start, because we do have some dignitaries here, but we are pleased to have the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Nebraska, Mr. Mike Foley, here. So Mike.
Joel, thank you so much. What a great day for Nebraska. You know, a couple weeks ago in the office, I got wind of the fact that this event was going to occur. I had to arm wrestle the governor to win this event. I wanted to come out here so bad. I love coming out to Chadron. I've been here a number of times. In fact, I was here a year ago. President Ryan and Chancellor Terman gave me the full comprehensive tour of the campus, and I was so impressed with the quality, the beauty of this campus, and the quality of the students that I met. There are some really, really fabulous students here, as you can see, on this campus. So congratulations, students, for all that you bring to our state. You know, the state has been through some tough times the last couple of years. A year and a half ago, and I didn't know this at the time, but Nebraska actually has more miles of river than any other state. We discovered that a year and a half ago because all those rivers were rock-solid ice, and the fields were rock-solid ice, and all that rain came in, and we had flooding as far as the eye could see. At one point, over 80 of our 93 counties and over 100 of our cities had issued emergency declarations because the situation was so bad. And while all that was happening, out here in the West, we had those ferocious blizzards right at the start of calving season, the worst possible time. And Nebraska, we're the king of cattle growing, so we don't want blizzards during the calving season. But anyway, we got through all that, hit 2020, things were going to be real good, and then COVID rolled on in. But we're getting through that as well. You know that the unemployment rate in Nebraska is the second lowest in the country. We're below 5% unemployment. With all this economic disruption, we're still below 5% unemployment, which sounds great, but it's going to be a tremendous challenge for our state looking forward. Because when the rest of the country climbs out of this COVID thing, there's going to be an intense competition for workforce. And we've got to have first-rate educational facilities to make sure that we're doing the best we can possibly do to keep our best and our brightest students here in Nebraska. And that's the beauty of the state college system. It's a fabulous collegiate experience, it's very affordable, and most of those students stay in Nebraska. They make their lives here, they raise their kids here, and they build Nebraska. So this new track and field facility is going to attract a lot of great students to this campus. And tomorrow we've got the math and the new learning center, kick off the construction on that project. Some fabulous things happening here in Chadron. So thanks so much for inviting me out. Special shout out to my friend, State Senator Tom Brewer. Tom's take a stand up and wave us a wave. Tom, Senator Brewer Senator Brewer is a rock star down the lane. He is doing such a great job in that unicam. It's a tough place to work, but he handles it really well and does a fabulous job. So, Tom, great to see you. All right, so with that, enough for me. Thanks so much for having me here. God bless you all. Thank you, Joel. Yes, thank you, sir.
One of the things you get to do here is be your own PA guy. So we'll make sure we get that good and adjusted. And Mike, thank you very much. Appreciate that. So this is my 8th year now as the athletic director. And when I came here, I was aware of the fact that we had plans to build the basketball facility, Chacoin Center, but it was still just not even a hole in the ground then. And so I got the opportunity to kind of work on that building. After that, the football stadium became our next building, so we got to do that, and we got to do all that. And the track got kind of thrown into that thing, and in the phasing of all that with the weather and everything else, that's why it ended up being the last project on the thing. But it is the coolest one, in my opinion, because of the way it lays out here. And when we get a chance to have a whole bunch of people up here for a meet, it's going to be exciting. And I'm here to tell you now that in 2024, we are the host for the Spring Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Championships. So we now have a good event to plan for, so that's exciting too. None of this stuff could have been possible, I don't think, without the leadership of our president, Dr. Randy Ryan, and he's going to speak to you right now. So, Randy.
What a great day, huh? Wow. Well, I've been looking forward to this day for a long time, let me tell you. And I appreciate each and every one of you taking time to be here. You know, as Joel said, we're going to be the site for the 2024 Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Outdoor Track Championships. So we're already on that schedule. What a wonderful thing for the school and for the community to be able to host that. So we're looking forward to that. Lieutenant Governor Foley, thank you for being here. We really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to be here. Senator Brewer, thank you for taking a break from your ride across Nebraska. And hopefully that sleeping on the ground is working for you. But it's good to have you both here. A few people I would like to recognize this afternoon. Dr. Paul Turman, Chancellor of the Nebraska State College system. Maybe this will work better with this off. Mr. Gary Bagansky, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State College system. Ms. Margene Terrell, who is the president of was the president of the Chadron State Foundation, and is now on the Board of Trustees for the Nebraska State College system. Mr. Ben Watson, the CEO of the Chadron State Foundation, without whose help this would not have been possible. So Ben, thank you. Ms. Lily Umeda, who is the president of the Chadron State College Student Senate. Lily, are you here?
I'm here.
Oh, thank you. We'll get back to you in a moment. And then some folks that I want to spend a little bit of time on because of the contributions that they made to bring this track to fruition. Mr. John Sides and his wife, Cheryl. John, there you are. Just look for the hat. Look for the hat. They were major contributors to this project, and I believe John had a role in coaching our head coach when he was in high school, Coach Riley Northrup. So we thank you for that, and thank you and Carol for your support. John, thank you. Mr. Frank Ferguson and his wife Sandy. Frank's a former track star here. And he and his wife Sandy are also major contributors to this project, and we're so glad to see you folks here today. Thank you for helping us on this project. Steve and Patty Nelson, and most of you probably know Steve as Nellie, right? Nellie, you can stand up and take a bow. Thank you, thank you. But Nelly, for those of you who know him, you know he's been a fixture around the CSC track program for a long time. Helped coach our field event athletes. He's just about at every meet that I'm at, that happens on campus, and he's a big supporter. Played football here. So Nelly and Patty, thank you for your support. A couple of people that I need to mention, they're not here today. They weren't able to be here, probably because he's just working too hard. But Chad and Cheryl Emanuel, they have been longtime supporters of our program and our college, and Chad is and Cheryl are both sorry they couldn't be here today, but he graduated in '78, played football here. I understand he kicked a long field goal one day and won the game, and I mean long. And Cheryl's a '79 graduate, and she was involved in the chorus and the Eagle Airs, and they've just been tremendous supporters over the years. So if you see them, give them a special thank you from us for their support. It's also important to note that just like Phase 1 of the athletic initiative, this is a public-private partnership. We receive funding through a bond issue supported by the Nebraska Unicameral. We receive support from the Nebraska State College System Office. Chadron State College contributed to it. And of course, we had numerous alums and supporters. You know, if you stepped up, and I see many of you around the audience today, those of you who helped with the athletic project in general, that helped support this project and get it done. So thank you all for your support. It was tremendous. I also would like to thank Adolphson Peterson and Fuller Construction, who worked on this project and made this all happen, for the work and dedication that it took to get the project done. And you guys did a fantastic job. It's a wonderful product, and we're all proud of it. So thank you. I know I'm going on a little long here, but this is there's a lot to be said. And I do want to take a few moments to recognize the Student Senate at Chadron State College and thank them for their support of this project. They were the single largest private, if you want to look at it that way, contributor to this project. They volunteered $200,000 out of their activity fee account to help us reach the goal we needed for this track. Now that's pretty phenomenal. I would venture to say that just doesn't happen on very many campuses. And so we're lucky that we have a student senate that understood the issue, got behind it, and said, you know, we can help you get there. So thank you. This field will provide not only a new opportunity for athletic training and competition, it will also serve as a new venue for the development of leadership. The concepts of leadership, discipline, and inquiry learned in the classroom will have a new stage for high-impact learning. I'd like to say thank you to all those across campus, our academic staff and athletic staff that are working to ensure the alignment between these programs in order to create more opportunities for our students to succeed and leave here prepared to be leaders. Thank you to everyone here today. I'm really pleased with this turnout. I didn't expect to see all of you here, so I'm really grateful that you came out. Thank you so much. And now I would like to introduce Patrick Friesen, Chair of the Chadron State College Foundation. Patrick?
Thank you, Dr. Ryan. As somebody who participated in athletics here, this is beyond anything I would have ever expected 10, 20 years ago. I can't remember exact date. None of this was here. Basically, we had the Armstrong and the Little Stadium. And, you know, this is a culmination of the second phase of the athletic complex. Like Joel was saying, you know, this is 10 years of investment. This is the Coin Center getting done, the renovation of the Armstrong, the stadium project, and now the track. And I think it's fabulous. I think, you know, what we've provided for future generations to participate in athletics here is great. I'd like to thank the donors again. I mean, what you guys have done for us and for the next generation has been wonderful. So we definitely appreciate it. And this has been about, with all the projects together, it's about $29 million in funding. So thank you very much to the donors. With that, I'll give it to Dr. Turman.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Paul Turman, the Chancellor of the Nebraska State College System. I've been in this position for about 19 months now. I was fortunate to be able to, about 3 months into the position, come out here for the groundbreaking, which we did right over there, and did kind of a sample run relay to at least show where the track was going to be. I think the goal was that we would last September be able to do the ribbon cutting on this facility, and I think people should have recognized that when I've come to the state and all the weather anomalies that have followed, that was never really going to happen. So we're certainly glad that now this September and that it does come to fruition, and had the opportunity to walk around the facility yesterday, and it is just going to be such a great addition to this campus. I think one of the things that in conversations yesterday is this was a project that actually had started as a discussion back in the 1970s. It was very close to coming to reality and just really couldn't bring it together. And so I think just a couple of years ago, the history kind of repeated itself, that we wait in the 1970s just a year or two and it will happen. In 2017, 2018, now this opportunity, along with the new football facility, the ability to put these two complexes together, was starting to become a reality. And we were close, but it didn't look like we were going to be able to pull that together. So I think the different people that we've been thanking today are all critical, and I think that's a important element of what we do in higher education now. It's not all state funding. State funding certainly was a big contributor to this. The ability for the legislature a number of years ago, and certainly commend Senator Brewer and his colleagues, the Sports Facilities Fund is a pool of dollars that the state college system is able to leverage, roughly about $300,000 a year, that we allocate out to the campuses based on priorities, and utilizing 2 years worth of that funding found $600,000 that we can contribute to this project. The students certainly stepping up and providing $200,000. All the donors, the Alumni Foundation, and then President Ryan having a good kind of conservative fiscal approach to the way that he manages this institution makes it possible to put all those pieces together at the right time and be able to do what we've been able to do here over the last 2 years. And so I also recognize the Board of Trustees, all of them are sitting up front, and Margene as well, and then Gary Bagansky. I think their vision to see that this is an important project. One of the things we had our board meeting earlier today, we were discussing the next kind of master planning process that we want to undertake for the state college system, and doing that at each one of the individual campuses. And so when you start to think about our vision of what does the campus look like a decade from now, 2 decades, a century from now, that planning process and how it weaves together all these important facilities, and tomorrow we'll do a groundbreaking on an important math science project, that those things really don't come to reality with people making the right decisions, pushing to invest the dollars in the right places in the ways that have happened with this project. So I certainly commend all the different entities who've had a part in bringing this to reality, because once we start to put all these pieces together, then Chadron State really does become a destination point for the Panhandle region in much the same way that it does for Wayne and for Peru State as well. So I certainly excited to be here to finally, it was the first project that I saw start and did a groundbreaking, and we get to finally do the ribbon cutting, weather permitting. It looked like it was going to snow because I was coming back again on Tuesday, but I've been able to work past that. But certainly appreciate the opportunity to visit with you today, and also be a part of this event and see how we continue to add to this great campus here in the Panhandle. But I'll also introduce Gary Bagansky, who's our chair of the Board of Trustees, to make us some additional comments as well. Thank you.
Thank you. It really is my pleasure to be here today and to see this project come to fruition. And it is a great day to have the ribbon cutting that we plan on this outdoor track. I am sure that Chadron State College originally when they opened had no idea that in 1929 that something like this would come to fruition and we would see this beautiful complex as it stands here before us today. And it will serve the student athletes in Chadron State College and our whole community as well for a long time in the future. The sports complex is actually a symbol of commitment and strength to Chadron State College Foundation and its donors, and we really do appreciate all of the donors and the contributions they have made to this complex. For the Board of Trustees, I'm extremely grateful for their continued investment and support and the support of Chadron and the state of Nebraska and Chadron State College. Their support continues to make this vital project of a track a reality for Chadron State College students in their future. The priority of Nebraska, the priority that Nebraska places on quality education is accessible and affordable and greatly appreciated by our students and the state as a whole. We thank all of Nebraska citizens for the contribution and support to the college. Now, I brought along a couple of little extra things that you're probably not going to hear from anybody else. And one of those is just some fun little things. Dr. Ryan has quite a, exercises in the morning, etc. And so from the very beginning, before this track really got underway and during all of the construction, he was up here at least twice a day, walking, looking, supervising, taking a good look, and has really been invested in this, and I know he's glad to see it. Actually, now instead of having to walk up and around, he may be able to walk on the track. Something else that nobody else is going to tell you about is when they started putting the final coats or the initial coats down, we've got a lot of wildlife around here. And so the deer loved to come down. Well, we couldn't have them and their footprints while that stuff was curing. So we had some pretty dedicated people that came out here with a shift that started, probably 6, 7 o'clock, and they worked, and they were here until 2 in the morning. And then another group came in at 2 in the morning to sunrise. And they had these air horns, and they had, their legs. They could run around and chase the deer and keep them off of this so they wouldn't mess up the track before that. We had some challenges. In Nebraska, can you believe we have wind and dust? And so there's a lot of hard physical work. But so we couldn't have that dust go on here and mess up the next coat that had to go down. So we had crews and many people with hoses and wetting the area down and trying to keep the dirt off of it, because the individuals that put this down, that we thought maybe this was going to be some of this vast technology that they come through and spray this on. No, sir. They do a lot of this by hand. Hard physical work in very hot sun, spraying it, putting it down, hauling it in, putting it down, spreading it, troweling it out, and get it all perfectly level. That's after all the asphalt and everything had been leveled up. So we really appreciate the dedication of the crew by doing that. And during the track and doing the football field and all, we kind of missed an opportunity for revenue, because we could have set up a Scooters or a Starbucks, because you can't believe all of the folks from this area that would be up here. I think at 9 o'clock in the morning, you could have sold out donuts and coffee and everything from from a lot of the folks that would come by to see how we're doing. So it's the college, and yes, it's the community, and yes, all of us together that have really made this such a great project. And we're delighted to see you here. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you very much.
Gary's right. We did have people up here with air horns. The first couple of days that they were here, they'd blow the air horns off and the deer would jump and take off. After the second day, the deer stood like this and then just went. So, yeah, it was quite a deal. So, well, we are now at the opportunity to get our head track coach out here to talk a little bit. So, Riley Northrup is a Chadron Eagle. He was an All-American here, and then he came back to be our head track coach, and he's been a wonderful addition to our group, and we're very happy to have him here. And I think he might be the happiest guy in the county. I'm not certain of that, but I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about it. So, Riley Northrup.
Thank you. So we have a little operation that's about to go down after this, and our kids have some responsibilities. So first of all, I think that all the hard work and everything that went into this, you can look out and see the appreciative faces from our team. This is the majority of our track and field athletes here. And so putting a face to the project of the people that are really going to put a lot of hard work in on this track. And then second, real quick, to reiterate all the different people that were involved in this project and making it happen. I know that was a lot of hard work. So I'll be sure and make sure that these people don't slack off and that they are putting in plenty of hard work on our track. Go find your places. We're very organized. So I want to say thanks again. Especially, I'm lucky. That I have some pretty good personal relationships with a lot of the people that helped us make this project happen. Dr. Ferguson and his family being from Hot Springs, where I grew up. Nellie, being around the track all the years that I was a student athlete here and helping with the program. Growing up, having John Sides in Hot Springs helped me, take my first couple jumps over a bar. And then, his son Jack and I, who were a couple of small town kids from Hot Springs that were able to come here, and Chadron State gave us the opportunity to work really hard. And as Joel Smith said, we wiggled our way onto a national podium from, our little rinky-dink area of the USA. And so that was a really great opportunity. And so it looks like we're getting pretty close. Thanks again to everybody. And I just want to say, as a alumni, as a very proud Eagle, that I'm so happy to be the person that has a role in our team's opportunities in this program, and I get to be the person that has a small role in their future successes and this project that's going to help us so much in taking our program to the next level. Thank you.
All right, so at this time, we are going to start the relay to break the ribbon. We will have the donors come up. So Nellie, you come up. John, student government. Pick a lane. You get to pick your own lane now. Frank, you never got to do that before. Patrick Friesen will be the starter for today. And believe me, the gun's a little loud, so just be careful.
Set.
Yeah, so
That's outdoors. You have like a 32 or
try not to pull it. Yeah, no,
Put down that there just a little bit, guys.
they're gonna finish in 7, Dr. Ryan.
Okay, all right. So you want me to come in?
No, just right there.
We got one.
Why would
Yeah, that'll work.
the donors are all setting. I can't yet.
Nice try.
Hey now, John. Oh, there you go. Got it?
Yeah, Riley told him you don't go over 75%, so I think that's fair.
Oh, I think John's in the lead here. No drop batons now. Come on.
All right. All right, at this time, the rest of the track team is going to hand out some mementos to all of you that have name tags on for your contribution to the project. So please make yourself visible so that they can find out who you are, because they are personally engraved. So. Also, if we can have everybody stick around, as soon as we get all this out, we are going to do some pictures and recreate the ribbon cutting. And I want to thank you all for being out here today. It's not night yet. We haven't got there yet. So, and thank you for all your support. And we look forward to seeing you come out and see a lot of fun track activities out here. So, all right, for everyone who has a baton, if you can join us along the line, what we're starting to form over here, we're going to get a picture.
How we do? Yeah. Everybody's smiling right now. I can't. It's the dark right at you. Okay, are we ready? Yeah. Like a bit. Okay, good. Good. All right. Thank you all. Thanks again. Thank you very much, folks. We appreciate it.